Time now to go on to the second part of the interview, which is all about mindset. See, I've had many people say to me, how can you have such a positive mindset? You're too positive, spending your daily dose of vitamin D. And for me, that's now natural. But for those people who it's not natural for, who are really looking at the problem or living in the problem, I mean, what can you do to help them? I mean, it's all good and well saying, oh yeah, be positive, focus on a positive outcome, a positive mindset, focus on the future. But if all they see is negativity, what can we do?
Yeah, no, it's easy to say, have a positive mindset, just do some positive thinking. It doesn't work because typically what's going on is you're having some negative thoughts, you're having negative thoughts come in, bad thoughts come in, bad information. And it always comes attached with a feeling. There's a feeling. You can't just put positive thoughts on top of a negative feeling. If you're feeling unsettled, if you're feeling uneasy, which people are telling me they are, they just wake up feeling uneasy, you can't just pretend to be positive. You can't generate that and get rid of the feeling. So that's why I would say, look, you've got to look to see what you're feeling. So the way to manage this is through using the mental faculties. And there are 6 mental faculties, but I'll talk about 4 probably right now, which is reason, perception, imagination, and will. The other 2, just so you know, are memory and intuition. But let's using reason and perception. Reason with yourself. Why am I feeling this way? What am I really scared of? What's the worst that could happen? Just engage with yourself about why you're feeling off, uneasy. Solve that part of the problem first. Then change your perception. Like I said, look for the good in something. Look at it from a different angle. Look into the future. I want you to get future focused. I want you to be thinking about what could happen as a positive thing, not what could happen as a bad thing. We'll leave that behind. I want you to be thinking about if there were an opportunity in this. So let me go back one step, which is Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich, says that in every adversity, there is a seed of equal or greater opportunity. Always a seed of opportunity in any challenge. If there were an opportunity for you in this, what would you want it to look like? So once again, thinking about the future, I want you to be thinking about the future. I want you to be imagining, using imagination to picture a better outcome. So we often use imagination against us. We think about the worst that could happen. We start to use imagination really powerfully about what could go wrong. But we rarely use it with great confidence about imagining what could go right, what could really be good for us in the future. So using your imagination to picture a better future, what's it going to be like? What's it going to feel like when you pass this problem that you have? Because you will get past the problem. We always do. It may be incredibly challenging, whatever problem you have, but you will always get through it if you're looking for a way out, if you're looking for a solution, and you're willing to believe that. And you need a bit of willpower to do this. You need to practice this kind of thinking. It doesn't come easy. Yeah.
And that reminds me of when we were working together, actually. When I was very much looking at the problem, looking at my life, and we were working on my own business. And I think you asked me to imagine how much money I want to earn, and to write it down, and also then to sit down and really visualize it, really picture it in my mind. And it helped me, certainly. I mean, it actually helped me beyond the original goal that we had set, and I achieved it faster than I thought possible. Yeah, and that was before the situation with the coronavirus. But is it still possible for people to do that now in the world that we're living in today?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, you asked that question, is it possible? Yeah, we hear in our mind the doubt, the uncertainty, the disbelief shows up. So the stronger the problem, the bigger the challenge that we face, the stronger the doubts that we can get out of it. So we live in a world of duality. There's a law of polarity. There's an opposite for everything. So you might sit here and go, yeah, I'm going to dream about my future. I'm going to dream about how great it's going to be and how much money I'll make and how I'll get my business through this. And then you will always hear the doubt, the other side of the mind, the polar opposite, saying, well, this isn't going to work. Look at the problems. You'll never get through this. A third of businesses will go under. We don't know what's going to happen. So it's what do you want to focus on? Let me hear Henry Ford say, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So do you want to focus on why it's going to go wrong? Or are you willing to dream and even maybe fantasize about how good it could be in the future? Why don't we choose? And it is a choice. Why don't we choose to believe we will survive this, come out of it, and find a way to thrive? Because right now the money has stopped flowing in the world. It's kind of just come to a paralyzing standstill, but it will flow again, and it will flow through us all. So how are you going to position yourself when the world gets back to its new normal? How are you going to, what do you want to have happen instead of what do you fear might happen? I think that's the best question to ask. What do you really want to have happen to you in your life instead of thinking about what you fear might happen? And I think that's what you were saying, Alex. You really dreamed a bigger picture of what you wanted, and you were able to start to move towards that and make things happen.
Mm. Yeah, and I think it's about what we want to happen. We can be the creators of our own reality. Somebody once told me that if you're not creating the right job for you, someone will create it for you. And what you said, I believe, goes beyond wishful thinking, just sitting down, closing my eyes, imagining, oh, there's a Ferrari in my garage, wake up the next morning, you're still in debt and you still have a Ford there. It's about action.